What's up, everyone? It's Brian here from Exact IT Solutions cybersecurity YouTube channel. And today I'm jumping into a live video. I don't do lives very often, but we already put out a YouTube video today. And I wanted to cover this because I think it's pretty important. It's something unprecedented that we've never seen before. And I want to jump into it and kind of explain where we're at and why this happened and what's going on. So quickly, as we jump into it, the FBI got a court order to delete backdoors from hacked Exchange servers. And in a nutshell, the best way I can describe this is that the FBI essentially, if you don't know, there was a bunch of vulnerabilities discovered in Microsoft Exchange. Exchange is the email server that Microsoft makes. So if you use Outlook or and at the bottom it says connected to Microsoft Exchange, that's Microsoft Exchange server, as opposed to like Gmail or Yahoo Mail or any other email that you might use. Very, very popular platform within businesses. And it was released a couple weeks ago that there are existing vulnerabilities in these servers, in the software, that is actively being exploited. And they rolled out a bunch of patches, and Microsoft even took the unprecedented step of putting patches out for operating systems that they've deemed end of life, meaning that these operating systems and these servers are no longer supported by Microsoft, but this was so bad that they had to do something, and they released patches for them. So the patches went out. They gave folks time to get these patches deployed and get things secured. And a lot of companies didn't do it. And this is not uncommon. We see this all the time where companies don't patch things. Actually, the video I released earlier today talked about how there's lots of devices out there that are vulnerable to certain things. And they can't be patched, or they're not going to be patched. So the FBI, along with Microsoft, went and got a court order to basically go in and kill the vulnerability that was put in there by hackers. So the best way I can describe this, right, is you left the front door open, right? These companies, they left the front door open, hackers got in, they put the vulnerability in place, and what the FBI did is they turned around and they identified all these servers that were exposed to the internet that were infected. So basically, think about the FBI walked around your neighborhood virtually, and they went into any house where they saw the door was open, and they took out whatever the hackers put in, because the hackers basically put in their own software that allowed them to have access to this system whenever they wanted. So the FBI, along with Microsoft, went to United States District Court and got permission to basically go into people's privately owned servers and get rid of this stuff. Now, the important thing here to know is if they went in and did this, they didn't fix your system. They just got rid of the bad stuff that was in there. You still need a patch. But the reason I went live today is because I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Like, are you cool with the government accessing private computers and doing this? It's an interesting question, because the government is protecting basically all the businesses out there by doing this, right? That's one way you can look at this. You can also look at it from the standpoint that, like, whoa, the government shouldn't be getting involved in private industry. And it's a big debate that needs to happen. Like, how far are we going to let the government go with getting access to people's private servers? Now, if you leave the front door wide open and the FBI decides to walk in because you didn't secure it, well, I guess that's kind of on you. But if they do it without your knowledge, is that okay? I mean, I tend to think it is if they're doing it in this manner. But I'd like to hear from you, as you know, if you're not a technology person or you are, what do you think about this? What do you think about all of these hacks and now the government stepping in and kind of helping companies along. Now, the FBI did say in the document that they are going to reach out to the companies that they went into to tell them that we did this, but you still need to patch, which is good. And you will find out if the FBI was in. You're going to get a phone call, and you're going to have to talk to an agent, and they're going to probably strongly suggest that you put these patches in place. So I wanted to jump out here very quickly to go live and get this out to you guys, because this kind of stuff doesn't just affect businesses, it affects everybody. Because think about this. If this wasn't an Exchange server or a Microsoft Exchange server, which typically businesses buy, what if it was a Ring camera? What if it was a Ring doorbell and it had a vulnerability, and that vulnerability wasn't pushed out automatically? You had to do something to the device in order to get it updated, and you just didn't do it, and the FBI came along and just did it for you. Are you cool with that? Let's hear it. So drop a comment, question below. We're streaming this on Facebook and YouTube, so we'll check both places. But that's it. That's the deal. The FBI got a court order to delete backdoors from hacked Exchange servers. They went in. They got rid of what's known as this web shell, which is the bad software that the hackers put in. And now here we are today, where we got hackers and the government going in people's private servers whenever they want. So welcome to April 2021. That's it for me. I'll be back sooner than later, and we'll talk to you then. Take care.